Hey, we're the Warning!
Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another edition of our journey down the rabbit hole of the Warning, the three Mexican goddess, like I say, the Mexican Trinity. Oh my goodness. I've been following up with your suggestions, and today we're going to take a look at Warning, Dust to Dust, Dull Knives, Cut Better. And it's from the same show that I reacted to recently, live from Pepsi Center, CDMX. And of course, you wonderful people letting me know what CDMX meant. And now I am certain. Anyway, before we get into that, somebody sent me a link for me to get a better understanding of, So it's a short interview, and I thought I'd just play this before we dive into the show. So let's see what this is.
Speaking of Gibson, there was this moment, of course, you handing the Gibson Explorer to Danny of The Warning, who were former guests on the show. That moment, what was that like for you?
This was purely me creating the past that happened for me. So when we first started touring, like for real, after we got signed, we got signed in 2005, went right out on the road with Shinedown and Seether and Buds, right? And Jason Todd at the time, who was the guitar player for Shinedown, took a liking to me. And he would always kind of, after every show, like, oh man, you were doing this riff here and this. And at the time I was feeling very insecure about my playing, because especially first starting out and like getting out there and touring, you get a lot of a lot of crap about being a girl and playing guitar. Oh, can you actually play? Oh, my boyfriend doesn't, whatever, all that stuff. And so he was one of those guys that was like, no, you're doing it. And I'm inspired by watching you every night, so he wasn't looking at me like I was a girl playing guitar. He was looking at me as a guitar player. So anyway, we were in, I forget where we were, but we were at this show and I broke a string on my guitar during our set. It's like 20-minute set, first of four, broke a string. We don't have any roadies, so I go back in between like verses and he's standing there with this white guitar. For me, this white Firebird guitar. And he's like, here you go. And I just thought he was letting me borrow his guitar. And so I'm like, okay, finished out the set on this beautiful guitar. I go back to the dressing room to give him back the guitar. And he says, no, I went across the street, I got that for you. This is yours. And so I'm like, well, I mean, I want to do something for you. This is like totally unnecessary and blowing my mind. And he said, well, if you ever in your travels find a young woman that you are so inspired by that makes you want to play better, all I want from you is to pass that on, pass the gift on. So what I did with Danny, now after all these years, we have this amazing band, The Warning, out with us opening, and we are I'm like skipping warm up to watch these girls play.
Yes, they're unbelievable.
I'm side stage every night. They were attacking the audience, and I was she made me go back every night, just being inspired by her. I went back every night and trying to be better at my guitar.
Wow.
So I called my guys at Gibson. I'm like, can you find me anything in the area that is a great quality guitar? So they found a white Explorer. And
symbolic.
Because originally I was going to give her one of my signatures, but I really wanted to give her something that could be hers and didn't have my name on it. And so I found this guitar, and so I was in cahoots with their roadies, and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. We're not going to tell her anything. Just be a roadie for a day and go out and hand her the guitar. So they have one time in their set where she switches, and so he got it all set up for me, and then I go out and I hand her the guitar. She plays the thing, and the same thing happened. She came up to me, and she's like, here's your guitar. Thank you for letting me borrow it. And I'm like, no, that's yours. And her parents were there, and the sisters, and they're like, what? And everyone started crying. So I basically just kind of said to her exactly what Jason said to me. And it was such a beautiful moment. Like, we all cried. But that's what it's about.
Yes, what it's about.
And so,
yes. Music as connection, as celebration, as inspiration.
Yeah.
Wow, what a full circle, poignant moment.
She said full circle, rightly so. everything goes around and it comes around. That was such a lovely and inspiring. I don't even want to call it an interview, but more like a chat, an inspiring chat. Um, but what I'm taking from all of this, watching the first show of the girls doing Metallica at ages 9 through 14, 9, 12, and 14. And then years later, I watched them being 18, 20, and 23. Doing this particular show that I'm going to react to tonight. And some of you corrected me because I thought they were 20, 23, and 25. But that's the age that they're at now. Except the show that I watched where they uploaded that show 5 months ago. But the show was done a few years ago. And you guys corrected me. That's why I love you all so much. And I want you all to just keep me informed in the comments always, because I need this information as I travel this journey. Anyway, I was saying, after watching at least only 2 videos thus far, and this is going to be my 3rd video, what I saw on Danny in that very first video, I literally saw her determination. I saw it in her eyes. Like, I am going to make it. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to stop. I have a destination. I have the map. I have the blueprint. And I am going to this place. And I mentioned her foot forward when she was bracing, for whatever was to come. And it's crazy that, well, not really crazy. When you are determined and you have a made-up mind to make it to your destination, when you're destined for something and you keep up with what you're destined for, you do everything that is aligned with that, the universe start to align things in your favor as soon as you have that intent. You speak things into being, you act accordingly, and you move towards the mark of the higher calling or the high calling. The universe have a tendency to align things. And this was what happened. Look at that. She was given a guitar, and I like the fact that she said she was inspired by this girl. And I know what she's talking about. When you are the headliner for a show, but you have an opening act and they're like, upcoming musicians, but they are so great. And so while you're supposed to be doing your warm-ups, like oh, your little warm-up as a vocalist or as a guitar player, you're doing your little you're probably running some scales like you're doing your warm-ups before a show, but then you skip your warm-up because the band on the stand is fire. They're firing up and they're charged and they're going somewhere, and it's almost like you don't want to miss it. You want to go there with them. That was this experience that Lizzie Hale was talking about, and that was so cool. And as Alison said, it was full circle in the long run, and I agree. I'm going to leave a link to Alison. For those who haven't checked that little chat yet, you can go check the chat for yourself and support what she's doing. She's doing a great work over there. She has a name like a European name, like a German name. Anyway, without further ado, thank you for hanging with me through all the chattery, and fasten your seatbelts because we are just about ready for takeoff. Let's get right into it. Wow. This was crazy. This was crazy. But what I'm gonna start with, during this performance, my brain, the chords in my brains were like twirling like little magnetic fields, little things going on in my brains. And I was saying to myself, I don't want to talk y'all to death, to talk your ears off, but there is like so many things to say. I could barely concentrate because I was saying to myself while watching all of this that I might need a separate video for each of them to break down the parts that they're doing, because each of them, they're doing so incredible. And while I am focused on the amazing bass lines that are popping through in my ears, then there is the guitar. I am a guitar major, so everything guitar, I am going to hear that. But I am also a big fan of the bass, so I'm going to hear that as well. And then I am focused on the vocals, and then on the drums and the everything. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can't keep up. That's what I'm saying to myself. I'm like, I can't keep up every time I hear something. But here's something that stood out to me about their harmonies. So all in all, I know Danny to be the lead vocalist, or she appeared to be that one who take the lead. But, oh my God, Paulina, whatever you call her, she has this thing about her vocals and the way she performs. She has this fierceness. She has this conviction, which is a must that an artist should have. Artists having that conviction that they believe in what they're doing and they know what they're doing. They can't convince us to like what they're doing, or convince us that, okay, these are people who come to work, they come to perform, they come to give you what they have that you are waiting for. So when you go to their concert, you don't have to wonder what you're going to see or what you're going to hear. These girls show up and deliver always. That's what I'm getting so far. I hope I am correct. But her vocals, though, it's just incredible. And I'm saying, when she performs and she opens her mouth, she gives this thing her all. She's playing and she's singing and she's giving you everything. Like, her guts is coming out. You can see her diaphragm swelling from the sides, from the back. She's just blasting and you can't resist what she's coming at you with. And that is so good. The chemistry that they have, so to speak, and how they I'm going nuts, guys. These girls are blowing my mind. This is really a lot to process. And I normally can analyze any song and come up with what's really going on. But I'm saying, in this performance, so much is going on, and I want to talk about so much that now I am sorry that I didn't get my pen and paper out, but I don't want to miss anything. So I'm going to have to start doing these videos in 2 parts. I'm going to have to do the reaction part where I just watch and have all the surprise hit me. And then I'm going to have another part of the video where I analyze what's going on in the video. And then a third section where I break down everything that is going on. And this is going to be a long video. Oh my God, I am actually worried about myself, if I will be able to contain myself. Anyway, I am still happy and so happy that you all stayed with me until now. This was a great performance. I hear those bass line. I hear the bass grumbling and rolling, and I'm like, wow, Alejandra, look at her, Ale. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I can't end without talking about their stage presence. Oh my goodness, they have it locked. I've performed with thousands of musicians in my lifetime. I'm not very old, but I've gone through a lot of bands in my lifetime. And they've always been bands where some musicians are shy and that kind of stuff. Some of them just stay one place and don't move. But performance is it's a package. Performing is a package. You don't just sing and look pretty. Stage presence is a part of performance. So without a musician moving and looking like you're enjoying what you're doing and looking like you know what you're doing, so conviction is a big part of it. And I always say when I am teaching my younger students about doing a show, this is how or a solo, this is what I've always said to them. It's about conviction. And when you're presenting something or when you're marketing something, there are three key elements that you have to stick to make sure you win the people or you have the people buy what you're selling. One, you have to get the introduction right. When you come out, in the first 5 seconds, you have to give me a reason why I need to listen to you any longer than 5 seconds. So you have to come out blasting or impressive enough to have me wanting to know, okay, oh, this is interesting. What is coming? What's next? So you want to hold them enough to listen to what you have coming. And then the middle part is the story. So the introduction, the base of the story or the storyline in the middle. And the outro, when you're going out, you have to also give everyone a reason why they should come back to see you again. And these girls did everything. They came out, they are dressed up to par, they performed. We love what we are hearing, we love what we are seeing. They dominated the stage, and then we are hooked. I am hooked. So I'm looking, and then it ended. I'm like, wow, this was so much. Almost like it left me in a sense of confusion, like not even confusion, enthusiasm. Like it leaves me wanting more. Like, okay, wow. All right, so here's another part to it. It's like when somebody tell you, like, George, hey, I have something to tell you, but the person walk away. Or hey, Sarah, I have something to tell you, and you can't sleep that night because you're thinking about what could it be that this person have to tell me. And sometimes it's nothing, but just the fact that they let you know that they have something to tell you. So it's all about allowing people to want to come back to hear what you have to say. And these girls, they have mastered that. So now I am hooked, and I suppose you are all hooked, and we are here for the long haul. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great time.